Trying something different this time. I'm going to go ahead and record a summary of our last session before everybody gets on, so it gives us a little bit more time to actually play the game. So, episode 55 was the last episode that we played. That's Blingdenstone Part 2, I think. I'm going to have to check. This recap actually comes from Tim's notes. Thank you very much, Tim. You wrote some amazing notes. And added a lot of details in there that I typically forget to put into any kind of recaps. So I'm going to read through that. That'll give you all the stuff that you need for the episode if you're just catching up and you're just re-watching this. Seeing all the slimes and oozes, we decide to go back through the hole Nero made, only to find out it lasts for an hour. The guards laugh as we scramble back out, but Lou asks if they actually know what's on the other side. A mage arrives who activates the magic on the door, and the hole closes up, unsure why the magic didn't prevent us from using magic in the first place to go through that door. That was a DM thing. Lou asks him about what was on the other side. He explains that it was the house center, the central point of the entirety of Blingdenstone. In the past, it was a heart of the government, where the Diggermatox would have been located. The mage doesn't know much about what is currently happening on the other side, though. Gideon relates that he had heard of the Faceless Lord before, which is what the voice in that cavern had spoken of. He is the demon lord of oozes and shapeless things, and his real name is Juablex. Lou recalls having read a bit on Underdark religion that the Faceless Lord is not really worshipped by many, as he doesn't have a use for any of his worshippers, as this puts a face to the faceless being. It is rare to find anyone who follows, and they typically don't try to convert people, as they fully believe the Faceless Lord will become supreme and everyone will end up worshiping him in the end. It is a small cult of followers who are usually insane. Having gained important information on the ooze situation, Lou suggests they return to the Diggermatox and relay it. The party passes through the Ruby and the Rough, room 8, where Lou had previously listened to the Singing Stones. As they pass through, they see a deep gnome nervously tidying a messy room. In the staging area, room 10, they see fortifications and deep gnomes and their giant badgers. The leader of the troops waves the party along, telling him there was nothing to see here. In the residential caverns, room 12, the party comes across two deep gnomes screaming out of a house. From the house, the sound of ethereal noises can be heard. Nero stops one of the women and tells her, "We're here to help." Upon learning that a ghost is terrorizing them, Gideon gleefully proclaims, "Ooh, dead people, my specialty. I can talk to the dead people." This unnerves the gnomes even more. The woman tells the party that the ghost appeared out of nowhere and was screaming that all of it was his. Nero decides to check it out. "Come on, crew," he calls. Lou and Gideon remain standing, refusing to acknowledge this new term for them. Lou is waiting for him to look back to see they are waiting, but he fails to do so, and Gideon calls out that we're not his crew. Nero turns back and is questioning us when Lou and Gideon see a ghost appear behind him, who then screams, "Don't take my stuff," and shoves Nero away. Lou and Gideon heckle Nero a bit, but Nero walks into the house anyways. After a moment, Lou starts to get nervous and tries to convince Gideon that we should follow him anyway. Gideon agrees and gives Lou true sight. Suddenly, Lou can see more people around them going about their daily business. She questions where these beings came from, but Gideon is unconcerned, having seen them this whole time with his natural true vision. Lou tries to explain that there are tons of ghosts around, and Kydarius attempts to punch one that she points out. His fist passes through the ghost, who doesn't seem to notice anything. Inside, Nero questions the ghost and tries to make a connection, but the ghost either cannot hear or won't listen and just keeps repeating that it is his stuff and throwing things at Nero. Unable to do anything about the other ghosts who aren't causing any issue anyways, Lou and the party go into the house. Lou and Gideon are able to see that the ghost seems to be in a loop of appearing before Nero to throw something at him, then retreating to a back room before reappearing again. The party has an interesting discussion with Kydarius on the difference between possession and body sharing. While they're still chatting about it, Lou attempts to go back towards the back room, and the ghost instantly starts throwing stuff at Lou. She backs off and points out that the ghost seems to be protecting that room. Nero goes to enter the room and Gideon tries to beat him there. Kydarius follows and Lou walks in his shadow as the ghost is pelting everyone with whatever he can.
When you're free, I have a
In the room, there is a small skeleton laying prone, his hand reaching toward a bookcase, a black blade sticking out of his back. Nero inspects the dagger and points out that it looks like the obsidian dagger carried by the drow. Gideon uses his magic to try and speak with the ghost, who gives him his name as Vazuk, and keeps saying that the drow have invaded and all is lost. Gideon informs the ghost that he is dead, which greatly angers him, who tosses the books from the bookshelf at Gideon, who manages to dodge as they fly across the room. On a hunch, Lou checks under the bookshelf, but can only see cobwebs. While Kydarius is distracting the ghost by playing a game of hot or cold to see where it is angriest, which doesn't work very well since Kydarius is quite large, Lou grabs the femur of the skeleton and swipes away the cobwebs and taps the bone around. While the party tries to explain why this is disrespectful, Lou discovers a hole under the bookshelf that isn't visible and reaches in and pulls out a Zirkwood box, inside of which contains 8 rubies. Wary of curses, Lou gives the rubies, worth about 250 gold, to Gideon, but puts the box in her own bag. The ghost seems to be losing its mind. The ghost is panicking, desperately attempting to get Gideon to drop the gems in his hands. The party discusses how to deal with the angry ghosts, musing about the difference between grave robbery and archaeology, and whether ghosts have any material rights. It is suggested that perhaps they could bury the bone, which might put Vazuk to rest, thereby allowing the party to enjoy the hard-won gains. Lou and Kydarius begin gathering the bones, placing them in his backpack. Gideon attempts to leave the building, but Vazuk materializes at the door and clotheslines him, who falls onto his back, the gems falling from his hand. You good? Nero asks the prone Gideon. Pick him up. I don't want him anymore. Gideon grunts. The party gathers the rest of the bones and the gems and heads towards the crypt, which luckily is fairly close, as the ghost is still attempting to halt the party. On her way out, Lou shoves a bunch of books into her bag at random to be sorted later. At the entrance of the crypt, the party finds a novice cleric by the name of Glyphic, a nervous twig of a thing. Nero approaches Glyphic. Hey, we're going to put a body down in the crypt, and there like any free spots or there specific ones for families? Where did you get find a body? And oh man, I don't know. Let me go get my books. Glyphic awkwardly runs to a modest bookshelf and begins looking through his books, all while mumbling nervously to himself. Never wants to wait for instruction once asked for it, the party continues down the stairs into the catacombs. As they go through the maze of tunnels, they meet another ghost, this one seeming much more at ease than the frantic Vazuk. He approaches Lou and reaches a hand out. I know I cannot touch you, but it seems rather rude not to offer a hand. My name is Jadger, the warden of these catacombs. Lou mimes, shaking his hand. Is there somewhere we can bury this ghost's bones? He's causing some mischief further up. Lou asks him. I thought that looked like Vazuk. Yes, I've tried to keep him peaceful, but there's just something that pulls at his spirit. Quite sad, really. Maybe he wanted these rubies, Kydarius offers, reaching into his backpack. Gideon corrects him. Yes, we found a ruby that he seems quite intent on. Jedger takes the ruby and frowns. Just the one? These usually come in sets of 8. They were collectible. Special because of an imperfection, a copper deposit, which makes a star-like pattern when shown with a light. I know they are worth something to collectors, but I would ask, please, if you could be so kind, give him the rubies so that he may be at rest. I won't expect you to leave them for nothing, though, so I can give you answers to 3 questions, if it is in my power to answer. Having been a ghost for quite some time, I am able to get around and can find answers to quite a few hard-to-answer ones. Lou urges the party to accept the deal. She hopes this ghost can answer questions about Titan's whereabouts. The party agrees, and Nero and Kydarius arrange the bones in a free spot Jadger shows them. Nero places a ruby in each eye socket and spreads the rest in a semicircle around Vazuk's skull. Once their end of the bargain is complete, the party gathers to debate what questions to ask. Lou offers a question each to Gideon and Kydarius, who, while not technically part of Extraction Team 4, have been invaluable to its success. Neither seem particularly interested in asking anything specific to them, Gideon being there because his patron wished for it, and Kydarius on a holy mission for the Obsidian Dragon. Lou's first question is to find Titan. The party debates who to best ask the question, taking so long to do so that Jadger gets a bit impatient. He seems almost put out that the party seems to distrust him. Having eavesdropped, he understands the broad scope of their desire, so when Lou asks, how do we get to Titan, while showing him a deck of many things card, Jadger is quickly able to help. He takes the card in hand and somehow transfers himself into the card, appearing in the same room as Gideon, hands in pockets, strolling around. Lou picks the card up from the ground and watches until Jadger rematerializes before them. He is not too far from here, actually, in the dungeons that were infrequently used by the throne rooms. The party is in room 8, the catacombs, and the dungeon is in room 31, just off of room 30. You have 3 options on how to get to him, though I would personally recommend the first. You'll pass through Rock Blight, which takes you to the northwest portion of Blindenstone. The dungeons are in the far northwest corner of the city. As you pass through this, there is another deep gnome ghost by the name of Udhask. If you can bring back his remains, I'll answer another 3 questions. The second option is through the trading center into the northwest portion. Lou recognizes this as going through the room with all the slimes and oozes in it. The final option is to go through the Goldwhisker Warrens from the west to head northwest. All 3 routes will get you to the throne room and into the dungeon itself. The other problem is there are things otherworldly guarding him. 2 greater earth elementals, an elder colossus, and a couple of drow, which is a bit strange. Now, see, for one question, I was willing to give you all of that information. Lou, a bit chagrined for her distrust and deeply appreciative of his help in locating Titan, finally promises to help Jadger return Udhask. Gideon relates what he knows about Elder Colossus, namely that they are vaguely humanoid-shaped constructs that can be quite large, hence the name. Lou suggests they return to the Diggermatox to give them an update on the slime situation, as well as to inform them that there are currently drows located within the city. She's hoping that they will be willing to help send a force of some kind to keep them safe, help them save Titan, if they know that there are drow there. So you're still in the catacombs, and you're still talking to him, and kind of and scene and begin.
Yeah, I think going through Rock Blight would be good. Lou, you mentioned going back to the Diggermatox.
I mean, I'm just saying it might. First of all, I want to get some payment or whatever for the slime information before we forget, because path leads on to path and we can be swept away, and I want my gold. But also, I mean, they let us in here the second we said drow were after us. Can you imagine what they're going to do to help us when we say, hey, we found out there's drow in your city. They've captured our buddy. They got to help us, right?
But definitely got to do something. There's probably going to be a reaction to that.
Yeah. Maybe we don't tell them in front of everyone else. Maybe we pull them aside.
And plus, definitely. If we help this dude and get 3 more questions, I won't feel bad asking, hey, can you make me tall again?
You're gonna ask him if he can make you tall?
Or
so if the answer is yes.
Okay, no, this guy's a pro. Like, we already gave us free information. We already know he's not gonna troll us. All right. Like,
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he's proven himself.
So,
okay.
As much as this has its advantages.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I mean, I feel more comfortable personally.
I mean, watching you get clothesline was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, if I was my normal height, I would have just walked by like nothing happened.
Yeah, clothesline by a ghost gnome.
So, I mean, we got some more questions.
Looking at Nero, and you start seeing his now great axe hammer is booming with energy.
Careful, don't forget we're in the Underdark. Careful.
The little guy is angry. Look how cute he is.
He's small, right? Look at
Yeah.
Darius, we're bros. What are you doing?
It is funny. What can I say?
Okay, so we're
Um,
definitely we're using a question for that. All right, that's happening now.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fair. Like I said, I don't. Well,
I
I
feel
don't
like
have pressing questions.
And for the sake of you guys, so I don't get sidetracked, we'll do the one mission first, and then I'll ask him.
That's true. I mean, there are some I can think of questions if I need to, but I don't have anything currently pressing.
Well, you have to get approved by the board anyway, so.
Fair. I should write it out in legal form.
you'd
This
have to
is
get some
my
legal
first-
paper.
Oh, that's right. Add that to the list.
Like Gideon takes a second and watches, and it is a couple things like, just assume Neo didn't know how to write, so he's like, all right.
Well, of course. I mean, I had to make titles for the map.
Yeah, he's also a cartographer. We don't know where he learned that, but he's actually really good at it.
Yeah, but pictures and words are different. You know.
Are they though?
They're just little pictures in order.
Yeah.
I think the Egyptians would disagree.
I forget where the Diggermatox are. They're at one of these numbers.
They're that way.
Diggermatox. Diggermatox. Nero just keeps saying that as he goes.
Huh?
Yeah, watch out, don't stutter.
Digger-
Yeah. You'll end up saying something you did not mean. The Diggermatox are in room.
Somewhere over there.
I don't have roll 20.
Was it 12?
14. 14.
Oh, I was so close. I said 12B.
They're way down there.
Right there.
They're off of the houses. All right, so you guys are going there.
Sure.
All right, you're walking in. The Diggermatox are sitting at their two desks. They are fervently working. There are plenty of other people all around. Let me get you all copied over. Man, you are just playing with fire, man. I mean, you're allowed to.
yeah,
I mean-
he's the one that can, so.
Nero Bastion. I mean, that's all I do is play with fire.
Fair.
All right. You
But at
guys
least I'm resistant to other people's fire.
just not your own.
Yeah.
I like how you're like, at least I'm resistant. And I was like, but
Yeah. I was like, I just hadn't even thought about that. I was like, oh, that's specifically, yeah, that's how that works.
All right, you're there. They are sitting there. How do you approach?
Diggermaloo.
I mean, we just walk up.
Nero just goes up and it's like, my digger.
Like does the little hand slap. Give him a hug. They say, "Oh, our friends. You've spent the night. Have you thought about our
Agreement?
agreement?
Our
Thank you.
offer?
Well, as a matter of fact, we have some information on that, and then we also have some additional information which may be considered sensitive and might not be. Is there a private room that perhaps we could use to have a meeting?
Or do you just want us to whisper like really quietly?
Don't ask this party to whisper. Never goes
No.
well.
What? I can whisper.
No, of course. Please come into our private chambers. They walk into a back room, and
So we are there.
And there you go. Everybody is in said back room now. Not the back rooms, but back room.
Still in.
Why are there 2 crawdiddlies, bro? No. Okay.
I'm
Because he's
still.
multiplying.
You
I
guys,
still
yeah.
showed the
I
trader.
forgot to move you into the other room. Shut up.
I was like, it looks like I'm chilling here.
Yeah.
I'm
I was just
just
gonna wait for
playing
it.
the game all by myself.
Yeah. He's like, all right, now you guys are over here.
I was like, I guess I don't need to see the room. I'm good.
Yeah,
Theater
exactly.
of
I
the
was like,
mind.
I'm fine for the moment.
That's a lot of Jigger my talks.
That's gonna be stuck in my head forever now. Thanks for that. Just
It's been
by
stuck
the
in my
way.
head since we met them. Like literally since the first introduction.
That explains a lot about Nero, actually.
First of all, about our agreement. Our agreement was that you get some information and we give you some information in return.
So, are we paying for our own? Point of order: are we paying for our own rooms, or are they paying for it?
They are covering.
Okay. Yeah, Lou's not that greedy. So she's gonna be like, okay, so we investigated your slime issue and have discovered some unpleasantness.
As expected with slimes. What kind of unpleasantness?
All the slimes, the black oozes, the black puddings. It's just there's a whole lot of stuff. So if you know that door that goes to the, what did that mage say? The grand chamber, I think he said. The house chamber.
I thought
The
it was
house center.
court.
It was the house center.
Yes, of course.
So we made it through that door,
Okay.
and on the other side we were greeted by just a sea of slime, an ocean of ooze. It was real bad. And there was also a voice. We didn't stick around long enough to find out who specifically said it, but essentially said that they weren't ready for us. They were planning for the arrival of the Faceless One, which Gideon actually can tell you just a little bit more about the Faceless One as he's knowledgeable.
He's gross.
That I feel goes without saying.
Oh, just what, just a big old demon slime thing, the typical big bad guy. Don't want anything to do with them. The big thing is that they're gross.
I mean, he's a demon lord.
To be fair, that doesn't seem too rare in the Underdark, it seems.
It is the second one we've run into so far. Well, technically it's only the first one you guys have currently run into in this timeline.
Second. Demogorgon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
don't think of
that's
that as a demon lord, but yeah.
Yeah, that's 3 demon lords we've seen already.
Boy, you guys got a big problem down here. Anyways, so the slimes are collecting.
That's a picture of Jewelblex, by the way, that I just sent everybody.
They are.
Oh,
good. That's like exactly how I described it. So
Boy or Jewelblex. Boy or Jewelblex.
Okay.
Yeah, scary.
That's a lot.
I do a better description and describe that.
I'm gonna poke it.
No, you're not.
Yeah, that tracks.
I think poking it means instant swallow and death.
Let me see. Would it be safe to poke him?
At minimum, like your fingers is gone.
Oh, I like my fingers.
I like the idea that Lou does not know what that looks like. She knew about the cult. She knows about the cultists and just the general, but like she's like, it's a demon lord, and she's picturing probably a humanoid, you know, someone who's just in a dark cowl or something, you know. So if we ever come, she's like, that's what?
What is that?
Because arguably, what's her face was humanoid.
Yeah, she had some fungusness going on, but you know.
But that's kind of, you know, a human. She's a mushroom demon, so she's got some mushrooms on her. Sure.
Yeah.
So like Lou's like, okay, this one, it looks like a human, except they're covered in slime. They're gross, but whatever. Not picturing that.
Dorbo and Cindy both look quite concerned. And Cindy kind of turns, she almost speaks like she speaks her mind without realizing she's talking out loud, I think. And she just kind of turns to Dorbo and says, we don't have the army to deal with that. It's like, I know we don't, but let's think here for just a moment. Your information is valuable. The problem we have is our army size is decent, and that we've been able to fend off any outside threats, but that's more to do with the design of Blingdenstone itself more than it is army size. You know, we have the maze out in front, we have the large gates, things like that.
So
And the slimes that we've dealt with in city have come in ones, twos, threes, nothing like a large swarm, and we've been able to more than likely handle those. We've lost a few amongst that, but we've been able to handle it. If what you're saying is true, and I do believe it is, we don't have the ability to fight this problem.
Do you have the ability to just blow up the room? Just non-exist the room.
What was your name again? I apologize. Gideon.
Gideon the Tall.
Hmm.
Not quite right at the moment.
Have you ever set a bomb off in a cave?
Yes. Well, kind of.
It doesn't tend to go very well if the
No.
cave is relatively small.
It doesn't.
It tends to collapse in on itself. And as the house center, it's the center of Blingdenstone. If we collapse the center of Blingdenstone, we have more problems than we have now. Can't blow up the room. Cindy says, we could talk to the GOLDWHISKER. Don't even mention their name. They are nothing, and there is no way they would be able to help us.
I mean, never say never, because your alternative is to do nothing.
We can't let a group of Sverfneblin who have lost themselves and their own mistakes into our city.
I mean, how have they lost themselves into, like, someone gets bit? Is it really their fault? Someone's born to someone who got bit. Is it their fault?
Well,
What do you-
I mean,
what do
we're
you blame
passing
them
some
for?
information here. I mean, you got a little time till you die from this, but like, that's what's gonna happen. Like, I mean, to be blunt here.
Not to mention, I mean, we're not saying necessarily you have to fight a swarm of slimes. There is something that is attracting them, presumably by the faceless voice that we heard. Because I mean, I'm not exactly an expert in slime biology, but they don't
I'm a little
normally-
bit. They just want to eat and consume. So, since you're its neighbor, I would be concerned.
But they've smaller slimes that don't even like stand a chance against any one of our soldiers. I mean, we're talking small slimes. They don't even attempt to eat or consume as they pass through. They
I
just
mean, there's
seem to
something
be-
drawing them.
right.
So,
Odd.
you know, for
That is odd.
yeah. And maybe we can help you with that at a future moment, not the far future. I'm just there are some other things which require our attention, and I do believe yours, which is actually the reason why I wanted to pull you away from the listening ears. So we were able to stumble onto some additional information. Namely, we have found the location of our lost comrade, Titan.
Good, good.
The bad news with that is he is currently being held, from what I'm given to understand, in the dungeon off of the throne room, to the northwest of the throne room, I guess. I'd have to look at a map to know for sure, but those are the general directions I've been given. He is being held by, let's see, what was it? It was 2 earth elementals, a elder
Colossus.
Colossus, and several drow. And that is inside your city, although I guess it's in the not recovered portion. I imagine it's still not great news.
The earth elementals and the Colossus, I'm not surprised by. Those were there. Those are there to guard the dungeon and always have been. The fact that they're still down there and haven't gone mad is another problem. But I mean, hey, I mean, I don't know how did you get this information, by the way?
A ghost.
A ghost told us.
And he said that there are drow down there.
Yes, he saw them with his own ghost
Spectre
eye.
eyes.
This
Spectacle.
wouldn't happen to be Burrow Warden Jadger giving you this information.
Yeah, it as a matter of fact, it is or was.
Just one moment, and he just steps up from his chair, steps to the hall, and motions for one of the other Swift Neblin to come by. Could you please go gather Burrow Warden Judger? Yes, sir. Okay, yes. And they run off. Jadger is a very trustworthy person, and I believe if he's who says that there are drow, then I believe that there are drow. I just want to hear some more information from him. It is concerning that there are drow. Really, the only way in or out of Blingdenstone is through the main gates, and no drow have passed through there since the drow invasion was wiped out.
I mean, dumb question, maybe. I'm not a digger. It's been like quite some time since you guys were here. You haven't been able to inspect the entirety of your city. Why couldn't the drow have just dug a hole in the back?
Because most of the drow population in this world don't do their own work. They hire slaves.
Okay.
And
I'll
with
rephrase
drow,
that.
and with drow, well, elves in particular, they're very tedious on their documentation of virtually anything that they do. And the drow are not an exception to that. When we recovered the city, there was no documentation of A, any new tunnels or caves being built, and B, honestly, much in the way of slaves being held in Blingdenstone.
I mean, how long have you guys retaken the city? It's been like 100 years or so. I know my history.
The invasion started about 180 years ago. About 100 years ago, we were able to begin reclaiming the city. When we came back to the city, though, it was 85% abandoned.
I mean, somehow they have got in, or somehow they are here, at least according to the trustworthy ghost.
Almost on cue when you say that, you hear from the hallway or from the doorway, "My liege, you have summoned me. Stop calling me that. I am not your liege." Nonetheless, is there something that I could be of assistance? Yes, you told these guests of ours that you saw some drow in the dungeons. Yes, that would be correct. 2 drow, in fact. How did they get there? Honestly, sir, I can't quite be certain on how they got there. I can tell you that something was off about them. They weren't in their normal clean shaven, put together look. They looked almost ragged. Odd. Did they seem to be guarding or not necessarily guarding? If they were doing a very relaxed job of it. Interesting. Gentlemen, ladies, this is a lot of information that we need to process. You are, of course, free to stay in the city as long as you would like. And we may ask for your assistance once more. It seems that you are quite capable in the finding information and dealing with some situations. It has made it to my ears that you were of assistance with a recent slime invasion. And I do very much thank you for your valiant service to a city that really that you don't owe anything to. Please relax, rest, take your time here. You're more than welcome in Blingdenstone for as long as you would like. I would like to know, would you be available if we did end up needing to call on your services again?
We could definitely work on our proposition for sure.
Wonderful. Payment is not out of the question. It is certainly something that we are willing to do. We are not we're not Gracklstuck or anything like that in terms of money, but we certainly have a little bit stocked away that we are certain to be able to help with. As well, pathways to the overworld is very well within our possibilities of doing so, and I know that was part of our deal. I feel bad in having to say this, but if the slimes are as numerous as you have said, I'm afraid I don't have the ability to give you a guide at the present time to get you to the surface. But I am willing to look in the surrounding areas to see if there would be one that would be available to you, if that is something that you would prefer.
I mean, we can't. We're stuck here until we've at least rescued Titan, and he'll probably need some time to recuperate. So certainly, I foresee us being here for some time, and well, idle hands and all that. I'm more than willing to help. I won't speak for everyone.
Wonderful.
And I gotta protect these guys, so
True, he really does.
And honestly, after going to Gracklstuck and coming here, I will do anything for you guys. You guys are awesome.
I thank you. I've always heard good things about Gracklstuck. I've never been there myself.
I wouldn't.
speaking about how awesome you guys are, do you happen to have any restoration mages here on hand by chance?
What exactly are you looking for, or what kind of restoration?
Well, I'm not normally this height, and
Ah.
so I was hoping for potentially a restoration mage, maybe bring me back to my height.
We have a couple. Let me look and see if any of them would have the ability to do those sorts of things. And I
Be
will
much
get back to you.
appreciated.
Yes, absolutely. Please let us get back to work. Let you get back to rest. Let you get back to feast, and we will certainly be in contact.
DM, is there an opportunity for Lou to speak with Senny, not privately, but off to the side? I.e., Lou just wants to talk to her without necessarily Dorvo being the spokesperson, which he tends to be, it seems.
It is difficult, but not impossible. They tend to be pretty much side by side at all times.
Okay. Lou's not going to necessarily go for like a stealthy approach or a secretive one because she doesn't want to establish that. So unobtrusively, if there is a free moment, I'd like to have Lou go up to Senny and basically just say, I'd like to learn more about the were-rat problem if you have a free moment to sometime in the future when you can tell us about that. Tell me about it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we will see when that moment arises. That's certainly a possibility. Dorbo and Senny kind of guide you back out of the back room into the main room. You're free to go if you would like. If you guys want to rest really quickly, you can. If you want to gather more information in the city, you can. If you'd like to just jump straight into whatever, that's also good. Just what would you guys like to do?
Gideon's gonna recommend, it's like, okay, so we should probably talk about our options, and we could probably have a good conversation at the spa.
Ooh, the spa. We haven't all gone together yet, have we?
We
I
have
have not
not.
got to enjoy the spa. You guys have really upsold it.
Okay, to the spa, to the spa.
Diddley is not allowed in the spa. No one let him.
What? Sorry, Crawdiddley.
No boiled crawdads today.
His little eyes just droop sadly.
To the spa.
All right, so you're heading to the spa. You're getting your food. We are going to count this as a long rest.
Score.
So feel free to actually
Or
long rest yourselves.
Resting.
I actually did
Then
need it.
I will get you over to that area. Let's see. That is area 16. Boop. Area 16 spa. And we'll put everybody in the spa except for Crawdiddley. Eldith awkwardly joins you.
Eldith.
Hey guys. Alfonso is like audibly moaning at the comfort in the spa, and it's a little odd.
Enjoy yourself there, buddy.
Oh, I am.
Clearly.
All right, so want to discuss our options, Gid?
Yeah, so sounds like, they consider us pretty useful allies. I mean, who wouldn't, obviously.
Section Team 4, what?
So it looks like I think Lou was on the right idea. I think we can convince them, like, hey, you guys got a drought problem in your city, and we could lead that front, per se, and we can have that backup. That just sounds like a pretty safe. One of you guys obviously portray it better than I do, because even when I try not to be, I tend to be scary, I guess.
It's the armor and the smell.
I smell good. I don't know, like I work so hard.
Yeah, you totally do. Yeah.
You
kinda
guys are
smell
so
like
wrong.
when you take a baked potato that's been wrapped in aluminum foil out of
No,
the
you
fire,
guys
and
are
that
having-
smell.
You guys are having false senses because you just have this belief that for whatever reason that my magic can't clean.
Right, yeah, you smell amazing.
I mean,
yeah.
No,
Uh-huh.
a potato isn't dirty when it's in the aluminum foil, right? Like you clean it, you put some oil and some salt on it, you wrap it in foil. It's clean, but also there's a smell.
Alfonso speaks up. I spoke to a druid once who talked about the difficulties of being nose blind to certain rotting smells.
Yeah, it's a real problem. I've heard. In some,
And so like I reach over and like the cucumbers he had on his eyes, I'm gonna like put on Alfonso's mouth as well. like just relax, buddy. I'd hate to kill you.
I could die here. It's already heaven.
I mean, I guess I could use your body and your spirit.
What is
Well,
with you?
see, right there. See, like I didn't even mean to, and you guys
Oh,
already
like,
freaked
yeah.
out.
All right, so
Dead
we're
people have
talking
their
about.
uses.
I mean, obviously we get going to Titan, and so you're talking about leading the four-way, leading the front.
As far
Okay.
as like not the slimes, I don't want to touch that at all. But I'm thinking we could probably convince them maybe about the drow problem. And we could probably say, after we were to deal with this, we might be able to do something with slimes.
I mean, honestly, they didn't seem to get it. Like, there's something attracting the slimes. They get rid of whatever's drawing the slimes here. Problem goes away. Right?
Like
Or perhaps
Alfonso's such
someone.
a sneaky guy. He goes in there, takes whatever, brings it somewhere else.
I'm just
and
saying,
we're
maybe
good.
something needs extracting. Just saying, just throwing that out there.
Do you guys not think that maybe the thing that is bringing the slimes there is the freaking demon lord? Like,
Yeah, but the demon lord doesn't seem like it was summoned yet. I think they're in the process of doing such.
I think that voice said that they were waiting on the arrival of the demon lord.
Yes.
So, I mean, I guess the assumption is
so we could still have time with this. Okay.
I mean, I say we do Titan first, because extraction team 4, and like having another person who is
And
good at.
I say we do Titan period, and then we leave.
No, these guys are really nice. Like, I want to,
I mean,
do
they are, but
I mean, it's not a terrible idea for us to have some really solid contacts in the underworld, and it'd be a real bummer
let me just
for
like
them to be dead.
describe Duoblex to you guys again. Okay.
Oh,
And
the detail. Oh man, look. Oh, are those eyes? I don't even know.
Those are eyes.
Just like,
Okay,
I
do you know how gross it is?
Mhm.
You go to whatever version of Golden Corral we have in this world, and there's these kids putting their hands in the chocolate fountain. Okay,
Mm,
it's like
Mm.
that gross.
mm.
It's like black pudding chocolate fountain. All right?
I mean, it's fine. That chocolate gets heated, so all the germs go away. So it's fine.
that doesn't ease
Entirely
your mind.
silently, a small, young Svirfneblin kind of cautiously walks into the room. He knocks on the door frame. Is there a Madame Lucinda here?
Are you a madam?
Madam Lucinda. That would be me.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can also go with your ladyship. But Madam.
I apologize. Your ladyship, this is for you, and he hands you a piece of paper, like a letter.
Lou's gonna like lift herself up and like dry her hands really quick. And
I was just about to say this is Lou. It's surrounded in water. What are you doing?
I got this. I'm role playing. I got this. And I guess I'm reading something as well. So Lou is going to like kind of scooch back, and she is going to read it.
If I wasn't
Somebody's
so,
got a secret admirer.
if
Oh,
I
boy,
wasn't so
I have
concerned,
definitely been-
exploding the area somehow by doing control water, I would dry it. But the spa, I'm like, Yeah, I'm not risking it.
Not really worth it. No.
I like somehow cyclone us up and then we just like disappear and get sucked in the spa.
I would feel weird if you dried me without my consent. Personally, I'm like,
Yeah,
thanks.
he doesn't really
Oh,
care.
all
Keep
of
making
you
fun of my
try.
smell.
Lou is gonna
Bam,
be
you're dry now. Take that.
like Lou's reading it and just like,
Pranked.
so I may need to.
Go on a date?
Well, are you
Well-
gonna leave us in suspense, or are you gonna tell us what was in that letter?
Is it Esner?
So I may or may not have signed us up to go speak to the were-rats. Because I mean, let's be honest, I'm not taking on all those lines. I'm with Gideon on that one. If that is the option, I'm noping out of here with Titan, hopefully. I mean, probably.
I mean, luckily we don't have half plates, so they shouldn't be attracted to us. But I still don't want anything to do with it.
Okay. And so
It says very bitterly.
boy, the spa really brings out feelings, doesn't it?
It does.
Uh,
We're talking to the were-rats.
Yeah. So here's the thing. There's not just one clan of them, right? So like different were-rats, different clans are gonna have different opinions. Like kind of like, Senny is like, yes, we should go for them to help, and Dorvo's like, kill them all with fire. The clans can also have split opinions, and if we find the clan that's like, yes, help against the slimes, that would help them take care of the slime problem, and also probably aid us in the whole Titan thing. Because here's the thing. It sounds fairly straightforward, right? We go in, we battle two earth elementals. We can do that. We battle an elder colossus. Pow, Gideon knocks it out with a hammer. Like, no problem. And two obvious, I guess, raggedy drow. Like, we play soccer with their heads on the daily. But like, why are they guarding Titan? There's more there, Like there's something weird, and I would love to have the backing of the Nephilim.
Well, I think the weird thing is, it was a deck of many things, and the other weird thing is, like, are you just gonna have this conversation without putting on your towel, or do you plan on covering up anytime soon?
Oh, does this make you uncomfortable?
I mean, not really, but before Alfonso's takes off his cucumbers, I figured you might want to.
Alfonso's like,
before he has time to lift the cucumbers, Lou's body has shimmered and is now masculine.
Oh, my eyes!
It's now not like shimmered, but like, what scene am I thinking of? Oh God.
Melded.
thinking from like Terminator 2, where the like.
No, I'm thinking
turns
kind
into-
of like probably Harry Potter or something, where it looks like something's almost crawling under the skin, and it
it's like
almost bubbles, and then just
yeah.
totally back to
Apologies,
normal.
Like it's like I just imagine like Gideon, he's been kind of leaning like this, and then he doesn't break any of that, and then he's like, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of fucked up. Like,
You're one to talk.
that's why I'm saying, like, if I'm saying that, it's a little weird.
I've never seen you do it like in front of me like that.
Is that just on
Here's-
command?
Kaidir's just watching, just like, what the jaw open.
Yeah, Lou does things, but I've never seen you just do it like right there though.
That is amazing. I am not opposed.
I mean, like,
Gosh,
Is this
Either way-
going more to your liking?
is anybody's
Kaidir's?
passive perception?
No,
greater than
it's about
10?
equal.
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Definitely.
Okay,
like
so
11.
you guys all hear like Alfonso is like whispering to himself right as the bubbles shut off. And he's like,
Mhm.
better than I thought.
Oh
So is Lou packing? 'Cause he still hasn't put on a towel.
I mean, you know,
Masculine.
if you have the ability to change your size and makeup, why
Bro,
wouldn't you be?
Roll D12 for inches.
Lou, that wasn't a joke.
No.
Yeah.
I'll try to roll it so the whole chat can see too. Keep me honest. I don't know if I can actually. How do I make it?
You
so-
you change it to
Oh,
you should have on the top left public or 2GM.
no. Oh no. Well, maybe it was just to them, but she rolled an 11.
my goodness.
Like you definitely like Gideon was doing so good at keeping eye contact for this entire time. And then he has the helmet on, but you definitely see his head go like
You have the armor creeps just a little bit.
Darius has not checked to see if Lou's face is masculine or feminine now because he is just fixated.
Yes. I can just imagine that.
After like a moment of that, Lou is just gonna like reach over and grab a towel and just like place it on top. It doesn't actually cover anything. It's the notion of the idea. Okay, guys,
So,
eyes up here. Let's
Terrified.
focus.
so I got one question and I'll leave it be. You know, can you reproduce?
I mean, yes.
Yeah. I know.
Although I don't know if
Huh. But
that's
then
a
if you
complicated question, actually.
Man, I wish the question didn't give me more questions. You know what? You're fine. I'll leave you be. Kudos to you, Lou.
I mean, you know, you shapeshifted. You're shorter, so we all have our.
Nice.
I cut my hair.
You
I grew up
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
All good things.
you got the face tattoo. I figured that was more of a change than the haircut.
Well, I think, the combination of both. Coming now, if I look at a picture of me a year back, it's like, whoa, I've gotten so much older.
Well, since Kadarius see me look a lot different.
Yeah.
He is old, he is young, he is in between. Gideon is all over the place, honestly.
Either way, I held your finger guns. Good looking.
All right. So with the letter and the information from Jadger, where would you like to go first?
All right, we can talk to your where rats. I mean, I don't really understand politics, but sure, we can talk to him and see if we can potentially make some allies.
I mean,
yeah,
I don't.
Hey, in
Don't
that
get me wrong.
letter, it wouldn't be happened that they got a hold of restoration mages yet, would it?
I don't. Oh yes, they did say something about that. Give me just a sec. And she had folded it up. She unfolds it real quick, and she's like, there are, but none of them are going to make you bigger. They can make you smaller.
Why are you trolling me like this, man?
I don't know what you're talking about. If anyone's a troll here, it's you. So I mean, because you're
What?
like a small
Trolls are tall.
no, like a bridge troll. You know,
Rich trolls are tall.
they are not. Have you ever had to go under a small bridge? How are they gonna fit?
That's true.
The
That's
water. They're chilling there.
They're chilling in the water. They're not water trolls. They're
Oh,
bridge trolls.
that
Come
is
on.
terrifying.
And what are bridges like mostly over? Is it perhaps water?
Yeah, but they don't live in the water. They live under the bridge on the edge. Okay, so a bridge starts on land and then goes over something, doesn't have to be water, and then ends on land. And so like they live in the land.
Kydarius, next time we go across a bridge, I'm gonna need you to check the left side while I check the right side. Just in case.
So that we can fight trolls to wrestle? Yeah.
What? No, I was just to, I mean, I guess if they want to wrestle, then we can. But
Yeah.
I just didn't want to be surprised by any bridge trolls because apparently they're very common.
I mean, I didn't say they were that. I was saying that they were short, like getting. I was making it. It was okay. This was just a small joke. Let's moving on.
Bridge trolls, by the way, I still consider giants. Just throwing out, they are just resistant to fire.
Not too
No,
near.
they're not.
Point of order.
I'm literally looking at bridge
Can there
trolls.
be
They
a
have the normal
species of bridge
trolls
trolls that are small?
trolls, but resist fire.
Is somebody losing XP right now for metagaming?
It's weird. Yeah, Gideon just has like he's his eyes back. I'm literally looking at it right now.
No, loose towel just fell off again. That's all. Anyway, where are we going?
To the aware rat people?
The Whisker Warren plan.
Old Whisker Warden.
Old Whisker Warren. Thank you.
Oh, whiskers.
All right. So to get to there, it's back in room 5. There's a set of doors on the west that you would go through to get there. And those lead to room 23.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a moment.
And just in case it needs to be said, Lou does put her clothes, his clothes back on. Because I initially
Gideon
had
still
pictured.
has the towel around him just for the sake of like he just joined everyone. And while everyone like got dressed, he still kept the towel because he didn't think of it. So there's this guy in armor with a towel around him.
Mm-hmm. As we're going to the Gold Whisker Warrens, all right. I mean, you said that there's potentially at least 2 different clans of lycanthropes here. I mean, ideally, I wouldn't want to spend a ton of time going between the 2, but I guess we'll see when we get there.
Are there is there a clan that is potentially less feral than the other?
She didn't
You
say.
got any of that? You don't have that information? Okay, cool.
She just said that she was notifying them of our arrival. So I don't know. I was kind of figuring we just show up and there's a welcoming committee.
Well, I doubt they'll have such great food, so we should probably like fill up before.
I mean, that's not necessarily
I mean-
true. They might have some really well-aged cheese.
Hmm.
Like what they're rats. They're not just rats. And like rats would love to have good culinary food if they had thumbs that worked. I don't know if
I
rats
mean,
have thumbs.
Just a rule of thumb: you can't trust anywhere anything.
That is patently untruth. And also, I think we're getting into your racist territory again. So this is a great time
Here it
for
comes
a
again.
lesson.
Gideon.
All right, let's hear the lesson.
It is
It just calls you out on it.
never a good idea
Uh-huh.
to judge any group of people all the same. So saying
Mhm.
all were creatures are dirty is bad. There are some dirty were creatures,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't mean they all are. So you
I'm
judge
just
the
saying.
individual, not the group.
Exactly. Our good friend Elam Tenar, he was a were creature,
And
and he
he
probably wasn't dirty.
smelled pretty good.
I mean,
he
for
was
an
also-
old guy,
Was he aware? Man, he dabbled in some more stuff since I last knew him.
you.
Well,
you
I
knew
knew
him?
of him. I knew of
Oh.
him.
Yeah, no, he definitely did some stuff. I mean, he had.
Don't you
kind of
know every old guy knows each other? That's just how it works.
Oh,
That is
Oh,
true.
and that's interesting. We could use that.
I mean, maybe he'll show up, like, you know, say we need some help, and it'd be awesome to have him back in the party. Not okay with him retiring. It was not
Well,
his
he was
time.
old.
I mean,
I'm just saying
he's-
the where that you really have to worry about are warehouses. Like, oof.
I don't even know how to begin to fight one of those. Well, no, that's not true.
you just need a
I was about to
mortgage.
say, honestly, I think that you would have the most expertise for.
Guess we'll find out
warehouse.
one day.
Anyway, we're doing what we normally do. I guess let's go.
All right, room 23 it is. Boop. Okay. So you guys walk into the guards are aware of your arrival and they open the doors for you and they let you into another small chamber. Give me nope. What's everybody's passive perception?
12.
Passive perception.
What does my beat be?
16.
Less than that, 13.
18.
Woo!
I was like, man, I got this beat. And I'm like, oh yeah, Ranger. No, I don't.
Lou, Nero, Kydarius, and Gideon. You all just march right on in. Alfonso is following right with them. Lou, you are the one that stops everybody because you hear the sound of scurrying nearby. Let me go to my notes.
What are you doing over there?
Yeah. Okay. So you guys hear scurrying, or Lou does, and stops you on your tracks. What do you do?
I'm already holding up a great axe, so I think I'm good.
I think Lou definitely is like,
now-
hey, here's something. Maybe it's our welcoming committee. Maybe we don't initially greet
Mhm.
territorial
Yeah, the
were-rats
aggressive.
with an aggressive stance, Gideon. So let's just
That's right. Putting my hands up, getting on my knees.
I'm literally resting it on my shoulder. How non-aggressive can I be?
I mean, it's giant. It's an
You
aggressive.
can rest it on the ground.
Yeah.
Why would I rest? No, that's not happening. They would be like, if you don't rest your hammer down, I will kill everybody. Sorry, everybody. Like,
I mean, we're not here to kill everyone. You see
right.
see the issue.
No, my hammer's good on my shoulder. I'm not even in a threatening stance. I'm just chilling.
I mean, have you seen you? This was a bad idea.
You hear ahead of you, you see one of the were-rats. And he says, oh, what do we have here?
We have
Pete,
Nero
haven't seen-
Bastion. We have Lou. I guess Lou still works. And then we have Kydarius over here. And then you got Gideon, which is me.
And Alfonso and Crawdidley and Eldith.
And then you got Bait. So
you see 3 more appear. Did you hear that? They have names. The smart little creatures that have come into the Goldwhisker warns us. They have names. What brings you to our parts of the city, stupid travelers?
you just called us wise, and then okay.
No, it's fine.
Sarcasm.
Language, it's a communication thing. Fine. We were needing to have some. Can you take us to your leaders?
No.
Look, I thought you said
Please?
that the voters said that they arranged a meeting.
Well, there's more than one clan.
Oh, did they only arrange with one?
Just like outside of the game, where did you guys get that there was more than one clan?
Lou said it.
Lou said it.
You had established that back in episode. Give me a sec. Let's see. Dorvo, Tiggermatar, oozes, werewolf, were rat clans.
Okay. I'm not saying you're wrong. I was just curious. I was like, I don't remember actually like establishing that there was more than one. Nonetheless, no.
I mean, no one knew a ton about them specifically, so we were
Right.
going a little bit blind, but
I guess we were arranged a meeting by this one here, Lou. I don't know why I'm not speaking up. You know more about it than I do.
I mean, I already kind of asked.
Who arranged this meeting? We don't talk with your kind because you don't talk with our kind.
Well, exactly. There seems to be an issue of communication between you guys and the non
and I'm the racist one.
the non-Rodentian Snurfneblins. And we, as outsiders, were, I don't know, kind of hoping to facilitate some sort of communication. Some of their leadership seems open to said communication. And let's be perfect. I'll be perfectly honest, perfectly frank right up front. There are certain threats which will affect your, well, it's all the same city. It's going to affect your guys' city as much as it affects theirs. And we're trying to facilitate some help to keep that from happening. I'll have to talk to your leader further.
Did you hear that, Steve? They said that the Diggermatox actually want to talk with us.
Oh, wait. You made fun of us for having names, and that guy is Steve.
Steve is a great name.
I didn't say it was. And you know,
You use it's your tone of voice. It's very sarcastic. It's a little dismissive. You're a giant suit of armor with a
pretty
hammer.
hostile.
no,
right now.
I'm not a
That's true.
giant suit of armor right now.
Sorry, you're a tiny suit of armor. You're a short suit of armor.
I'm a mid-sized suit of armor.
You're a mid-sized suit of armor, but you have the energy of a giant suit of armor, but you don't have the size to back it up. I'm just saying, just
Steve and them got closer.
They are approaching and sniffing you guys and trying to.
I just saw them. I saw in my corner of the eye. They moved on the map. I'm like, guys.
Should we take them? No, our rules were very simple. Any outsiders must die. We're not supposed to let them anywhere past.
Okay, you guys are gonna have to speak up. I cannot make comments. I gotta say something if you guys aren't about the whole style thing.
I'm gonna be like, excuse me, Mr. Steve and Co. What if we are some of us are fellow lycanthropes?
What?
He says, doesn't matter. And then all four of them are going to have a little bit of a surprise round. As the four
really a
people in front-
surprise.
huh?
Not really a surprise.
Enough of one. I'm moving things around so that it makes more sense. They are going to come on.
Just move. Get out of it. Eldith, what are you doing in the front? Get back
Basically,
there.
Eldith, like,
Come
who thinks that
on.
you're a leader. Come on. They are going to each with their daggers stab Kydarius, Nero, Lou, and Gideon one time each. And before we roll our initiative, let's take a quick bathroom break and be back at 8:30.
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right, so they have a surprise round. So they've all stabbed you once with their little knives, and everybody will just take 2 damage. It's not too much. And then as their moves, which is going to give you guys a little bit of comeuppance. Can you guys take a reaction on a surprise round?
Depends on how the DM rules surprise rounds.
Yep. Because the rules in 5e are very vague because they changed them in 5e.
I feel like you wouldn't be able to react unless you were holding an action.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
That
If you
was
were
not
kind of
cool.
preparing for something to happen and then it did happen. But if it was a true surprise, then I feel like you wouldn't really have the time to react.
Boom.
Sounds good.
Oops. Wrong
Okay.
button.
Nonetheless, they stab you each, and then they all take off running down this hallway. And they have 40 feet of movement. So, boop, boop, boop,
Oh,
boop.
do I need to roll my initiative?
I already got them.
Oh, I don't see me on this list.
Look at the bottom.
What was it?
Do I need to extend it?
Like,
I have Alfonso, Nero, Wererat, Kydarius, Lucinda, Wererat, Gideon, and Eldith.
Yeah, I see where at Kydarius, where at, and Eldith.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's what I
weird.
see as well.
I imagine it might just like rotate as we go down it.
Well, I've always seen usually I see like the 20 plus anytime we have something massive.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Linda did just
I
pop
take
out.
out.
Just let me know when it's my turn.
Oh,
in there.
Eldith is gone.
At turn.
Yeah, see that just added Alphonse.
All right, there's
Eldith.
Turn,
Eldith.
okay. And then initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't
Go
see
Alphonse.
me on there.
Yeah, I don't see Nero either.
Nope.
Hey, I see Nero.
0.
And then Lou needs an initiative. There it is. All right, let's try that again. Boom. Is everybody on there now? Oh,
Yes.
Alfonso's on there twice.
Yes.
What number do you guys have next to Alfonso?
22.17.
Okay. So it should be Alfonso, Wererat, Nero, Kydarius, Gideon, Wererat, Lou, Wererat, Eldith.
Perfect.
Okay. So they run away 4 feet, 40 feet. Alfonso is going to step forward and try and take a shot. I don't think he's going to be very good with it. Why is my thing frozen? There we go.
Lou will definitely have like shouted, "Don't kill them." It's not stopping anyone from hurting them. Just don't kill them.
I
We
got
heard you.
stabbed. Yeah, yeah, okay, good.
Or
He'll
two
shoot twice.
damage.
He'll shoot twice. The first one will hit for 16 damage. The second one will miss. That is where we're at one's turn. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40. Nero.
Gideon
Oh,
says
did
to
he?
Nero.
Oh, he did go. Okay, heard that.
Gideon says to Nero, part 2.
I was like, I didn't rush in. I didn't rush in. I didn't rush in. I'm gonna put up a wall of fire right here. So then let's see. They won't receive damage until they touch it, but it's gonna just close off that tunnel. And then let's go ahead and move closer. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Nero, he's going to just be walking forward, put his hand up as the wall of fire appears on the other side, and be like, wait, we're not done talking yet. As I'm just walking closer. And
Okay.
that's my turn.
Kydarius.
You're in my cone of cold range.
Oh, also magic surge.
Oh,
Will
yeah.
I'm gonna assume that means that's a fail.
You rolled a
It's a
d6. So
Kydarius will run. Wait. Oh wait, are we gonna do that magic
Yeah,
surge?
let me do the magic
Yes.
surge first.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah. Let's see if the world changes. Or, if I just, smell good randomly.
Could be.
Roll D300.
Everyone still think you smell bad.
What?
We got 167. 167.
Well, that's the best one.
Yay. 50 million experience.
Okay, great. The wall of fire does not work.
Okay. Because
instead, what happens Let me erase my drawing. Instead, what happens is the loudest, most deafening bang emits from your hand instead. Just this fireless, like forceless explosion in your hands, like you're just holding a Bose speaker at full blast of an explosion. Everyone within 60 feet of you is going to hear it, and everyone needs to make a Constitution saving throw against your spell DC.
Oh,
Which is 17.
All right, I'm good at these. I'm good at these.
And I assume I'm making it as well.
Yep.
Oh, lucky that. Hey.
yeah.
Get it, y'all.
Okay.
What's up?
Nero.
Like, you will not win, Underdark.
Plus 10. What's your freaking con, dude?
Yeah, like
Nero.
I am Nero. I have proficiency in Constitution saving throws.
So
Same.
Gideon,
con is 5.
Darius, and one of the were rats fail. I rolled
I
two
luckied
now.
mine. So I got a 28.
Oh, I see. Okay, so Kydarius and one of the rats failed. Two of the rats got nat 20s.
What?
Yeah, I
Three
know.
nat 20s in that freaking.
Yeah. Kydarius, you it hurts and you are deafened and you will be stunned for 2 rounds.
Oh my
Oh no.
As is
Buddy.
true Kydarius fashion,
No.
you are stunned.
Since that would have happened on my turn, may I do something else on my turn as well?
Yes.
Excellent. First, did that count as a spell when that went off?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to spend, was it 2 sorcery points and quicken?
Sounds right.
Let's see. Oh, let me see. No, it's only 5 feet, but that can.
Well, then walk
Oh.
up to it.
And he is close. And this is about. Oops, that's not round 1. Measuring.
Are you gonna
Not a fire. I'm kind of slow him down. He's going to quicken a 5-foot bonfire right here.
I can do the same. We'll spread it out.
That's gonna go off on his hand. He's like, "Ow! Okay, sorry."
That is a cantrip I actually have ready.
And he's gonna light a little bonfire.
well, you're going to
And-
attempt. Okay, little bonfire it is.
Okay, yes. He's like, sorry. Oh, like I said, don't. We're not done talking yet. And that's my turn.
There's your little bonfire. Okay, Kydarius, you are stunned.
They're trapped. Take advantage.
Gideon, it is your turn.
Nero,
Huh?
plan 2. I mean, step 2.
He's gonna look at you and then look at Lou. I mean, it feels like
Yay
I don't
or
know if
nay?
quite-
I need to know now.
not yet.
All right, let me pull out a ruler then. We can dang it.
Lou starts unzipping his pants.
Like, wait, I think I misread what you were asking.
What? Stop snapping to the. Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay. Well, I guess I could do it like that.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's cool.
How'd you do that?
Left click while holding right click, just like click, 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 click.
But while holding right.
So you got to hold left the whole time you do it, but just click your right button.
This- Perfect. That's cool. Thank you.
What are you doing?
I'm doing force cage, but I was trying to plan if I want bars or not, because I can fit them without it, but I kind of want to mess with them while they're in the cage. So like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna well, let me magic surge. Okay. So I will force cage them, and it'll be barred, so it's not a full box.
Okay. How large are the bars?
It says here. Let me take little spells. Force cage. Oh, good. I put the whole spell in here. Okay. Okay. You can make shape of a cage. It can be up 20 feet on each side. Made of bar. Bars are a half an inch apart.
Half an inch apart?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I will position. Oh, nope. I need grab, not ruler. Right next to the bonfire and not get in it.
So it's giving off an intimidating lighting effect. I like it. You're just like,
And I'm just like, with my gray hair.
Right.
Lucky they didn't say plan 2.
I have to clear my drawings. I apologize. Because I made an extra swear.
Oh no.
Okay. This guy, he was stunned, but he is no longer stunned because it's the end of his turn. And he only had one turn that he was stunned. Lou, it is your turn.
We can't see that fourth were rat, right? Like I don't
No,
know.
he's gone.
40-foot speed.
Lou is going to move up a little, and she's actually going to be focusing in the in a this-ary direction.
Okay.
Because there was just a very, very loud noise, and she definitely expects there to be more coming soon.
Sure.
So it's a ready in action. And the action she's readying. Let's see what I got. DM. Oh, you already gave me the animals that I can conjure with the conjure animal spell.
Yes.
Is that locked in place?
What do you want?
I think it'd be really fun to conjure. What CR are rats? They're probably like really small. I like to have a
It's
horde of
gotta-
rats come to fight for me.
Yeah, it's got to be like super
A
small.
rat CR is 0.
What about
Oh, it's eight
a
beasts.
swarm of rats?
Yeah, what about
That's a different creature.
That would be cool, but is outside of my ability.
Swarm of rats is 1/4.
You can still do that.
But you do already have your things that you can.
Okay, and so we're gonna stick with that while in the Underdark. Those are the 4 that I
Yeah.
can. Okay.
Well, I mean, there's nothing in the rules that say that. So yeah, you can do what you want. You just wanted Underdark creatures, and that's what I gave you, but it doesn't limit to you to those.
Well, it doesn't actually say that it has to be. Oh, okay. She's gonna prepare. She's gonna hold an action for conjure animals. Let's just leave it at that. We'll go on. She's expecting company, so she's watching their backs, so to speak. while
Uh,
Gideon and Nero interrogate, because this has gone sideways and she's given up.
All right. Alfonso walks up to Nero. Step 2.
Not yet.
He will wait. Nero, it is your turn.
Walk over to the other side of the cage.
The stab him non-lethally.
Actually, no, I'm just gonna stay there and just be like walking around the cage and like. So, let's talk. That's all. I'm good.
Okay. Kaidarius,
I'm stunned, so
you are stunned.
Second turn, but now you're free because that was the second turn.
reactions.
Gideon,
I'm gonna ready an action to Eldritch Blast the shit out of one of them. They try to stab me through this cage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna be like, hey, the stab first, can respect that. But hey, so you're gonna take us to your leader now? Or tell us who your leader is?
they sit in silence.
Man, it'd be a real shame if a bonfire got in that cage, wouldn't it?
You're not the first person to try and wipe us out.
Could I change my ready action to an action?
Nope.
But your hand is twitching a little bit from that.
All right. One of them turns from a were person to an actual giant rat. Just morphs in front of you. Lou, it is your
Aw.
turn. You can make a perception check if you're listening for things.
I mean, she is trying to keep essentially guard, so yeah, I'll do that.
I'll give it to you with advantage.
Score.
Crawdiddly's helping. 21. Lou, from the direction that you're facing, back where the were-rats originally came from, you don't hear anything. However, from the pathway where Gideon and Nero are standing, you hear all kinds of commotion. Not like crashing and banging around and things like that, just movement.
Lou's definitely gonna call over and be like, well, we knocked on the door. I think they're coming to answer.
You got your speech ready?
I mean, it didn't work the first time, but sure.
This is kind of this is what you wanted, right?
I'm thinking maybe we could still leave at this point. I don't know. Confidence is going down. They didn't recognize us. Letter didn't work. So I don't want to kill them. If we kill them, then they're not going to listen to us. So like, the fuck are we supposed to do? They stabbed us.
If I get stabbed again, it's kill. I don't
I
care.
know. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe the best course of action is to get you homicidal maniacs out of here before you murder everyone. She is definitely saying this.
They
loud
stabbed us first.
They did. They did. I admit it.
Steve? Nero just says to the cage. I don't actually know which one is Steve.
Is actually the one that got away.
Good for Steve.
So then they're just like not even responding. I'm like, dang it, they all look alike.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Lou, call him out on it.
I mean, when meeting new people.
He judged it by the whole and not the individual.
No, I'm
Call
just
it.
saying, did we
Call it.
Okay,
I mean,
these four
Nero.
look alike. You're right. I haven't met the rest. I assume they're coming.
All I'm saying is I'm kind of proud of Gideon for recognizing it. I think that's a great first step.
That's gross.
And I appreciate him holding us to the standard we hold him. That's some real progress. Now, should we run? I don't.
No.
I can take it.
Yep.
Okay. Don't
If
kill
they bring an
all-
army, I can take an army.
Like you can knock them out. Don't like
The problem
murder.
is I can knock out individually. Army size, I can kill. Like, there's not really. I have this thing called Circle of Death, not Circle of Knockout. Unfortunately.
Can we like last ditch effort that one?
Oh yeah. But if I get stabbed by an army is
And-
dead.
I'm just saying that was like a mosquito bite. You know, it didn't hurt that bad. Honestly, I think
circle.
Nero's weird thing hurt more than all of their little needles combined. So I'm just saying.
Oh,
who's the
Nero's
real
thing didn't
enemy
bother
here?
me at all.
I mean, it seemed to knock Tiberius out for a second there.
Is
Guys,
Circle of
can
Death
you hear
plan
us yet?
C or plan D? Which one should Circle of Death?
All
be?
I know is this one that turned into a rat. I'm gonna like make sure to push him back in if he tries to do rat breaking bones things, getting out of this thing.
I
Ooh.
mean,
They don't seem to be doing very much, and we will be out of our current
I'm
order
just saying,
now.
like, I highly doubt it could, but I'm keeping an eye out of him.
He's watching.
I mean,
yeah.
all I'm saying, if
You
he
can't do it
starts to do
fast.
that,
Yeah,
if
it
he
won't be
starts to
fast.
do that, I want to watch that. Like, just hold off till he manages, because I think that'd be fascinating to watch.
I like just push it back with my finger. Like, no. Like,
They're giant rats. They're not big rats. They're not like regular rats. They're giant,
Rats
However,
cat-sized.
rats can fit their whole body through any hole they can fit their head through. No matter how big they're at.
But is a giant rat's head gonna be less than half an
inch?
Right, like
No.
Could be.
What are we doing? Lou, the scurrying that you heard has seemed to have calmed back down.
Interesting.
well, I
Yeah.
just go to the box like so the others come in or like we're actually not here to kill you, so we were here to talk. And we would like to continue that motion. Hell, you guys stabbed us and we didn't kill you, so that says something.
Y'all want to make a deal? Like money or anything? Resources? We know people.
One of them finally speaks up. If you're gonna kill us, just kill us.
We are not going to kill you. That would be
Bro,
ridiculous.
I'm the one that's kill hungry, and I've just said like we didn't, and we don't plan on it. Well, if you stab me again, I'm not giving you a third chance. But
They say Chipgrin, I'm certain, will welcome you.
who?
Chipgrim?
Chipgrin.
Hey.
Can I make an insight check as to what kind of welcome that might
Yeah,
be?
I was just about to say the same.
What kind of what?
What kind
welcome.
of welcome that might be?
Sure. Chipgrin is spelled Chipgrin for anybody who's taking notes.
My insight's garbage.
That's bad.
Gideon, you are too preoccupied with making sure they don't get out. Kydarius, they seem like they're just saying that Chipgrin will welcome you. I mean, it's not a.
Yeah.
They don't seem sinister.
Well, sweet. So could you take us to Chipgrin or whatever?
Sure.
I mean, I can release his cage. We wanted to talk with you, especially after being stabbed and all. So, I don't need to keep this cage up. We're just here to talk.
Lou is going to like she's been hanging back for a moment, just being like, shit. She's gonna go forward and pull out the letter, and like she's gonna squat down. Like she's gonna sit down on the ground and be like, okay, look, we got off on the wrong paw. You guys don't believe that a Diggermatark would want to have a discussion. And that seems fair, what I'm given to understand of your guys' history. Again, we're outsiders just trying to help. and she's gonna like be unfolding it. And she's like, but we are here ostensibly under the auspices of Diggermatar. And she like points to the it's signed by Senny Diggermatar. She's like, by a Diggermatar. We're here to start negotiations. And I really don't want to have to go back and say that the negotiations ended up with us getting stabbed and then fleeing for our lives, because I don't think that's going to work great for anyone in the future. There's a chance for progress here.
I mean, we said we would lead you to him.
Lou is going to fold up the letter and look back at Gideon.
Nero, I'm only gonna release this if they run. I need you to promise 2.
I mean,
That's the only way I'm releasing this cage. I'm like, if you
that's fair. That's fair.
all right.
Lou definitely looks back at them and is like, hey, step 2, those guys murder you without even trying. We don't want that. Well, I don't want that.
I'm neutral either way at this point. Like, but I'm willing to play this out. So, and then I'll release the cage.
Okay. As you release it, the other 2 will polymorph into giant rats and will scurry off down the hall.
We will follow.
And we go.
All right.
And
They
now
were
I'm like,
ways
remember,
ahead of
like
you.
I keep like 2 Nero, like keep an eye.
I know.
They lead you into this is a continuation of the same hall. There's a couple of other small rooms, and nothing really seems off about what's going on, but the 2 or the 3 that you were following are long gone.
They're gone. Like we weren't keeping up with them.
No, they scurried off in front of you. Like they took off that way. They scurried off. But as you step into this area, this very empty area, suddenly were rats come out of just about every crevice and hole on the entire place. I say it's a small crowd, but really, I mean, from where you can count, there's at least 40. There's probably significantly more than that. Just it's so packed tight in here.
I don't know how to get rid of my circle there.
Most of the assembled creatures are deep gnomes in one way, shape, or form.
Bro, I'm sorry. I keep hitting the wrong button. I keep putting things on. I need. I don't know how to get rid of the things I'm drawing.
You go to your little draw shape and stuff and hit clear drawings.
Is there a clear drawings option?
We don't have that one. You can use your select move, the pointer, to select it, like click and drag over everything you've drawn, and then click it and throw it out to the side, which is what I do all the time with my penises. Yep.
You guys can't delete those?
Nope. That's why they stay forever.
Even if you click on them, like you can't just hit delete?
Oh, I think you can delete them if you do that.
What do you see? What do you mean? Like, I don't see an option to delete.
If you hit like the delete button on your keyboard.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Hey.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. I'll
Lou,
less.
What?
I have a whole were-rat army ready to kill y'all.
I saw that color change, by the way.
Most of these are deep gnomes. However, some have rat-like features, including a very fat specimen right there, right here, standing in front of the others, and he smiles at you with jagged buck teeth. He holds his arms out to the sides, kind of up in the air. Peace, the big were-rat says. He takes a step forward, arms extended and hands open. Chipgrin's the name. I'm chief of the Goldwhisker clan. Shall we talk?
What we were
Good.
asking for sounds good.
Lou will
Alright.
shake that hand.
He leads you up this small stairs to just this grassy area up here. It's going to be quite crowded up there with everybody, but stairs lead to the top of this rise where the floor is covered with a soft and well manicured carpet of green moss. The were-rat chief sits on a stone chair flanked by 2 giant rats. Draped over the chair's back is a cave badger pelt. Let's get down to brass hobnails then. You were sent to by the digger Matogs because they want us out, right? Right? Well, they might get their wish soon enough, but in a way they can't likely be to cheer about. And he smiles and clasps his hands and sits back in his chair. And that is where we will end our session for tonight.